All right, everyone. So I'm going to be taking a week vacation here starting this week from work for a fall sort of vacation with me and my fiance, Rachel. I'm still going to be answering any questions that you have, so please do let me know, whether by commenting down below or going to masteringthezodiac.com. I'll also be taking readings as well, so if you're interested in that, click the link down at the bottom of the video. But yep, I'm going to still cover everything that I would normally in the dailies, but for the next week, all in one video. So let's go ahead and have a look at what we have. The most important thing coming up this week is that we have that lunar eclipse in Pisces on Sunday. So that energy is going to be an increasing energy as we come through the week. More of that Pisces energy, and it's a very reflective lunar eclipse. Let's go ahead and look at this in the transit graph, actually. It's pretty well placed, actually. It's going to be trining up to Saturn, which is quite nice, and it's going to be opposite up to this Mercury retrograde. So the energy with this is that it's a reflective time. It's a very spiritual time. It's about understanding more about what's really meaningful to us in life, and even letting go of some past energies too that are receding from the past 6 months, so that we can continuously grow towards our life path, which, for us all very generally right now is about self-improvement. It is about our service work and things like that. But this is going to be a very internalized, a very reflective lunar eclipse, and it's going to be a total lunar eclipse. So in Pisces, there's a lot of information, there's a lot of insight, there's a lot of this inner guidance coming through at this time. So I do recommend getting that alone time, getting that reflective time over this weekend and into next week. And all of that is just going to be more fuel to the fire of the North Node for all of us, because the South Node is about the receding energies. That's where the lunar eclipse is taking place. But from the insights we gain, it's all about a greater understanding so that we can move into a greater life path, a greater conscious orientation to our life path. So the fact that it's trining up to Saturn does make it very grounded, actually. So it's a great time for seeing long-term goals, long-term plans, things like that, especially of what we're striving for the future. And the opposition up to Mercury retrograde, which is really a conjunction with the sun, is that with all of this stuff that maybe we will be reflecting on this week and next week with Mercury retrograde in Virgo, will be in regards to our work. The satisfaction in our work, the time management, energy management, health, diet, routine, regiments, all of these things will be in this reflective sort of redoing phase, and it's a great time to do that. So this awareness will likely be in terms of that in some regards. And again, it's going to be different for all of us. Do check your weeklies for where this is happening in your personal chart. But the reflection will be on, I think, the correspondence, the daily activities, and maybe even how we think about things, our normal approach to things. I think there is an insight. There's a strong practical, grounded energy to it, because Mercury is very close to the Earth at this time as well. So reflective, especially retrograde, especially in Pisces, it's very practically reflective as well as very spiritually reflective, and tying it all together with Saturn about the long-term big picture. So let's go and look at this week leading into this lunar eclipse. So all week long, we've got Saturn sextiling up to the North Node. This is going to go on all the way through October 11th, actually. So this is, it's that same kind of trine energy. But here specifically to the North Node is that we all have support along our life path very much. Again, in the long-term sense. So if you haven't checked out the video, I did make a video on life path energies, how to read your personal North Node in your birth chart. So do check that out if you haven't already. It's under the MTZ episodes section. But for all of us personally, there is a grounded energy to continuously grow towards that life path energy this week. Now, this early part, as you can see, it's kind of split up into two halves. Venus is going to be trining up to Uranus this first half. So this is quite exciting, quite spontaneous for relationships, for even the material values of life. Again, it's coming from this more reflective energy of Pisces, where Uranus has been transiting, really helping us see the importance of having spiritual freedom, having a spiritual outlook. When we have faith and trust, it creates freedom in our life. And it's uncertainty, but in a positive way. So it can be romantic. It can be healthy uncertainty that we might feel like we want some excitement, some change, some new inspiring things in our one-on-one connections here this early part of the week. Now, with that being said, the sun is going to be conjoining up to the North Node here this middle part of the week as well. So there is an awareness about the life path energy shifting up before this lunar eclipse. And the sun always magnifies, always illuminates the energies. And so it's about our passions. It's very much relating to Leo too, since the sun rules Leo, about the passions at work, the passions in our daily experiences, daily activities, and how to bring in that passion into what we're involved with. But at the very least, it is just a greater understanding about what it is that we're excited about in life and want to strive for. And of course, because of that position, the sun will be sextiling up to Saturn. So it is actually, could be a good week for productive things, but I think just all in all, we'll be feeling quite disciplined and long-term this week, especially during that lunar eclipse. Now, the second half of the week, as you can see, things start to shift into the more challenging aspects. Mercury retrograde is going to be squaring up to Pluto, and Pluto is going to go direct here on Friday. So there's a shifting of energies involving Pluto, and this is all about the life path. It's Pluto and Sagittarius. He's been retrograde, so over the past 6 months, maybe we've been reflecting on, where we're headed, where we're going, that kind of thing. All of that is starting to shift this week, and it's very important that we stay open-minded with it. Because Mercury, especially retrograde, is that there's a lot of, attention on the grounded practical aspects of things, but there's things changing in the big picture. So it's important to be open-minded about those changes, to be open-minded in general, even in conversation and things like that, not to hold on too tight to our particular ideas. So if we come from that perspective, that non-attached perspective, as I like to call it with Pluto, then we can gain some tremendous insight at this time. There can be a great integration about these shifts about our life path and how to apply that in a more practical sense of our daily spheres. And through that, that can make it very constructive. Now, with that being said, the second half of the week also does have Mars squaring up to Saturn. This is also a challenging aspect. This is 2 steps forward, 1 step back kind of energy, like I was saying in the weeklies. And for all of us, it's, testing our own assertiveness, our own ambitions, our goals, our drives. Saturn is testing them to make sure that they're really true to us. One thing not often talked about in terms of Saturn is that Saturn rules Aquarius. Saturn actually wants, metaphorically speaking, us to have more freedom, more enjoyment, more passion in our life. And here, it's, even though it doesn't seem like it because it's very, status quo and very grounded, there is this energy about patience and a test to see if the things that we're striving for with our passions, because Mars is in Leo, the things that we are asserting, expressing, wanting to achieve, that they do pass the test of time. So it's going to be testing our resilience, testing our patience. I really recommend that patience this week. It can be a constructive week if you want to work at it constructively to build something. But I think it's just generally a good idea to really think long term, be patient, and work 1 step at a time. So that's it for the week in terms of the major aspects. And then, like I said, as we approach Sunday, this will be Sunday evening Eastern time at 22:47. There is that lunar eclipse. It's a very spiritual time. There's not a whole lot of transits going on next week. So I'm getting a sense of a lot of integration with this. And again, it's really asking ourselves, are we getting that alone time? Are we connected to God? Are we connected to the now moment? Do we have that, compassion in our life? Do we have that present moment awareness? And these are some things to really think about. And I think with all this stuff sort of in flux and changing with the daily sphere or with what we're thinking about it there, it's so important to integrate spirituality into our work and really even see the importance of staying grounded and disciplined with our spirituality as well. So have a great week, everyone. Thank you again for all of your support. I'll see you all on Monday. Like I said, if you have any questions, please let me know, and have a good one. Take care.